Chapter 13 of Eutychian the Monk. I have heard, moreover, concerning Eutychian, about a person who first, about the same time, who also belonged to the Novatian Church, yet was venerated for the performance of similar miracles. I shall unequivocally state my authority for this narrative, nor will I attempt to conceal it, even though I give offense to some parties. It was Oxiana, a very aged presbyter of the Novatian Church, who, when quite a youth, accompanied Axius to the Synod of Nicaea, and related to me what I have said concerning him. His life extended from that period to the reign of Theodosius the Younger, and when I was a mere youth, he recounted to me the acts of Eutychian, enlarging much of the divine grace which was manifested in him. But one circumstance he alluded to, which occurred in the reign of Constantine, particularly worthy of mention. One of those military attendants whom the emperor calls his domestic or body guards, having been suspected of treasonable practices, sought his safety in flight. The indignant monarch ordered that he should be put to death, wherever he might be found, who, having been arrested on the Byzantine Olympias, was bound with heavy and painful chains and kept imprisoned near those parts of Olympus where Eutychian was leading a solitary life, and healing both the bodies and souls of many. The aide Oxanon, being then very young, was with him, and was being trained by him in the discipline of monastic life. Many persons came to this Eutychian, entreating him to procure the release of the prisoner by interceding for him with the emperor. For the fame of the miracles done by Eutychian had reached the ears of the emperor. He readily promised to go to the sovereign, but as the chains inflicted intolerable suffering, those who interested themselves on his behalf declared that death caused by the effect of the chains would anticipate both the emperor's vengeance and any intercession that might be made for the prisoner. Accordingly, Eutychian sent to the jailers requesting them to relieve the man. But they, having answered that they should bring themselves into danger by relieving a criminal, he went himself to the prison, attended by Oxanon, and as they refused to open the jail, the grace which rested on Eutychian was rendered more conspicuous, for the gates of the prison opened of their own accord, while the jailers had the keys in their custody. As soon as Eutychian, together with Oxion, had entered the prison, to the great astonishment of all then present, the feathers spontaneously fell from the prisoner's limbs. He then proceeded with Oxion to the city which was anciently called Byzantium, but afterward Constantinople, where, having been admitted to the imperial palace, he saved the man from death. For the emperor, entertaining great veneration for Eutychian, readily granted his request. This indeed occurred some time after the period to which this part of our story refers. The bishops who were convened at the Council of Nicaea, after having drawn up and enrolled certain other ecclesiastical regulations, which they are accustomed to term canons, again departed to their respective cities. And as I conceive it will be appreciated by lovers of learning, I shall here subjoin the names of such as were present, as far as I have been able to ascertain them, with the province and city over which they severely presided, and likewise the date at which this assembly took place. Theodosius, who was, I believe, Bishop of Cordova in Spain, as I have stated before, Vito and Victicius, presbyters of Rome, Alexander, Bishop of Egypt, Eustathius of Antioch Magna, Marcius of Jerusalem, Harpoconius of Cypolius. The names of the rest are fully reported in the Syndicom of Athanasius, Bishop of Alexandria. This synod was convened, as we have discovered from the notation of the date prefixed to the record of the synod, in the consulate of Paulinius and Julian on the 20th day of May in the 636th year from the reign of Alexander of Macedon. Accordingly, the work of the council was accomplished. It should be noted that after the council, the emperor went to the western part of the empire.